Welcome back to Amoeba Classes, my dear students. If you are seeing this video, I guess you have already watched all the 7 lectures that I have already uploaded on YouTube. So if you are watching this lecture, that means this is an extra bonus lecture that you will be getting. And in this lecture, I will be discussing about the cell theory, the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, and the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell. As we know that this topic was remaining topic and we have discussed the scope of syllabus, so these topics were missing from the previous lecture. So in this lecture we'll be discussing about these topics. So let's begin. So if we talk about the cell theory have 3 major points. Okay, cell theory, in the previous lecture I have already given one statement about the cell theory, but this screenshot you're seeing on the screen is from Selena book. So let's see what it's written on in the Selena book. The cell is the smallest unit of structure of all living things. That means it is a smallest unit. Now I think many of the students will be having one doubt that, sir, in chemistry we have learned that atom is the smallest particle in the universe. So how come the book is saying that the cell is the smallest unit? So if you focus on this word, and that is the living things, right? If you focus on this word, it says living things. See, in every substance and everything, whether it is a living or non-living, atom is there, right? But if we are talking specifically about the living things, that means the smallest unit will be cell. Coming to the second point, the cell is the unit of function of all living things. I think it is self-explanatory and nothing new to explain in this, right? Unit of function of all living things, right? Without the cell, nothing is there, right? And inside the cell there is a nucleus which controls all the activities. Now this third point, it is very important. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, and I guess in Latin it is called as omnes cellula e cellula. Okay, omnes cellula e cellula, and this omnes cellula e cellula simply means that all cells arise from pre-existing cell. So this was very simple thing about the cell theory. So you just have to remember these 3 points. If you will write these 3 points in the exam, you will be getting full marks. So we'll begin to the next topic, and that is the difference between plant and animal cell. So let's come to the plant and animal cell difference. Again, in the previous lecture we have already discussed, but according to the Selena book, let's see what it is written. A definite cell wall made up of cellulose we have already discussed, and in animal cell there is no cell wall. Okay, centrosome is not present. Centrosome, if you remember the function, it helps in the initiation of cell division. Okay, it helps in the initiation of cell division, and centrosome, that is, it is absent. So does the cell divide in plant cell? Obviously it will divide with the help of polar caps or empty OCs. Okay, you will be knowing the answer if you have seen the previous lecture. And in the animal cell, obviously the cell divides because centrosome is present. Vacuoles are prominent, one or more, and as we have discussed, about 90% or more than 90% in the plant cell vacuole is present. Vacuole, if any, are small and temporary. Okay, make sure to remember it is temporary. Then if we talk about the another one, the plastids. Okay, one more thing, vacuoles, they are concerned with excretion and secretion. So this was the function. And if you remember, what is the wall of the vacuole called? Okay, just guess it and think more. Okay, so in the next 2 seconds I will be telling you the answer. So the answer is tonoplast. Okay, if you have already guessed it correct, very well done, and I'm so proud of you. Okay, coming to the next one, that is the plastids. Usually contain plastids. Obviously we have discussed 3 types of plastids in the plant cell, and if we talk about animal cell, do not contain plastids. Okay, The size usually larger with distinct outlines. Distinct का मतलब होता है अच्छी तरह या बोले हम easily visible, right? So usually larger with distinct outlines. And if we talk about the animal cell, usually smaller with less distinct boundaries. Then if we talk about cytoplasm, cytoplasm is not so dense. Why? The reason is because of the presence of vacuole. And in the animal cell, cytoplasm is denser with more granules. In the 7th lecture, we have discussed about the granules and vacuoles. And if we talk about arrangement of cytoplasm, only a thin lining of cytoplasm mostly pushed to the periphery. Why it is pushed to the periphery? Because most of the part is surrounded or covered by the vacuole, right? 90% part. And if we talk about cytoplasm in animal cell, fills almost the entire cell. Okay, so this was about the difference between plants and animal cell from Selena book. Next, we will be discussing about the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, or prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Okay, from the Selena book, we can see the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. See, in the very easy language, if you want to understand, just understand that means pro means primitive, kary means nucleus. Okay, so the organisms which have primitive type of nucleus, that means it will be prokaryotic cell. Over here, if we talk about the eukaryotic cell, U means true, okay, kary means nucleus. So the organism which have true nucleus, they will be termed as eukaryotic organism or eukaryotic cell. Let's see the difference. Okay, now if it contains primitive nucleus, so we will not be calling that primitive nucleus as nucleus. So that means we will call that type of primitive nucleus as nucleoid. Very, 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 very important. Make sure that you remember, it comes again and again in the exams. This word nucleoid. Okay, a single length of only deoxyribonucleic acid. I hope you remember the full form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Single length, right? That means single chromosome or only one chromosome. But in the eukaryotic cell, several length of genetic material, that is genetic material is DNA. Chromosomes containing DNA wound around certain proteins. Those proteins are basically called as histones. These histone proteins you will be learning in class 10th. They have small ribosomes, they have larger ribosomes. If you remember, we have discussed different types of ribosomes, or I can say two types of ribosome. One is the 70S and one is the 80S. So 70S is found in the prokaryotic and 80S is found in the eukaryotic. No other cell organelle, that means membrane bound cell organelles in the prokaryotic cell are absent. No mitochondria, no ER, no Golgi body, nothing is there. But if we talk about in the eukaryotic cell, several organelles like mitochondria, ER, chloroplast, everything is present in the eukaryotic cell. And the examples are bacteria, blue-green algae, that is also called as cyanobacteria. So what you have to remember in the prokaryotic cell, bacteria, the most important example are the bacteria. And if we talk about the eukaryotic cell, Euglena, amoeba, I hope you remember from your class 8th, and all plants and animals. So these organisms comes under the category of eukaryotic cell. So this was the part in Selena book. But wait, don't close the video. More important things are coming right now. This screenshot was from the book, this Selena book. Okay, now I will be discussing this prokaryotic and eukaryotic a little bit more from your Sarita Agarwal book. Okay, so don't close the video and make sure that you continue. So the screenshot that you are seeing right now is from Sarita Agarwal book. So let's discuss what's written in Sarita Agarwal book. Okay, so the difference between prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. The examples are bacteria, blue-green algae, BGA, also called as cyanobacteria, and in the prokaryotic eukaryotic cell, it is protozoa, plants and animals. Talking about the nuclear membrane and true nucleus, obviously it is absent. If nucleus is not there, what will be the use of nuclear membrane? So it is absent. And eukaryotic, it is present, obviously. Genetic material not enclosed in a membrane. But if we talk about the genetic material in eukaryotic, that is the DNA, it is enclosed inside the nuclear membrane. That means DNA is present in the nucleus, right? If we talk about chromosome, single chromosome in the form of circular DNA. See, I guess if you know a little bit about DNA, you might have seen like this double helical structure of DNA. But if we talk about the circular DNA, it is somewhat like this in a circular form. This is the single strand, and now over here I am making a double strand like this. So this is a linear DNA that is found in the eukaryotic, and this is the circular DNA that is found in the prokaryotic. Talking about the membrane bound organelles, they are absent. I hope you remember the membrane bound organelles, okay? And in eukaryotic they are present. Cell wall is not made up of cellulose, but if we talk about eukaryotic, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, that is in plants and some lower organism. But if we talk about animal cell wall is absent, okay? So don't get confused. And this is written peptidoglycan. Actually in bacteria the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. One of the chemical is peptidoglycan, okay? So don't go away, don't close the video. More differences are coming from your Sarita Agarwal book along with the diagram. So make sure that you focus on the screen. So let's discuss it more. Very small, microscopic, generally 1 to 10 micrometer in diameter. So the size is very small. Micro, I hope you know micro. Micro is 10 raised to the power minus 6, okay? 10 raised to the power minus 3 is milli, minus 6 is micro, minus 9 is nano, and minus 10 is angstrom. So this is the part of physics and math, I guess. So your physics and math teacher will be explaining you later. Comparatively large size and vary from 5 to 10 micrometer. Okay, so the size is small, the size is large in eukaryote. Nuclear membrane absent, great. Nuclear membrane present, and it is a double layer. Okay, nuclear membrane is bilayer, 2 layer, not a single layer. No true nucleus, and what is present? Nucleoid, right? In Selena also we have seen nucleoid, and in Sarita Agarwal also we are seeing the nucleoid. A true nucleus is present in eukaryotic, but false nucleus, that is the primitive type of nucleus, is present in prokaryotic, and that is called nucleoid. Membrane bound organelles like mitochondria, ER, Golgi body absent, membrane bound organelles present. Genetic material is in the form of single chromosome and is present in the cytoplasm. Many chromosomes are present in the nucleus. Now, one question for you. How many chromosomes are present in a human body in each cell? Okay, if you know the answer, write it down in the comments. I will not be telling you, or maybe later, okay? In the very end of the video, I will be telling you the number of chromosomes present in every cell of human being. Okay, so write it down in the comments and let me know that you are correct or not. Or maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, I will be giving you the poll, right? It comes at the right top corner over here in this side, so you can click on it and you can choose your option if you wish. Cell division by budding or fission, generally it is called as amitosis. Okay, not by mitosis but by amitosis. Cell division by mitosis and meiosis, as we have discussed, that you will be studying this in class 10th. Okay, examples are bacteria, cyanobacteria and BGA. Okay, cyanobacteria is basically BGA, present in protozoan, fungi, plants, animal, and amoeba, right, and paramecium and all these things, right? So now the very last part comes the diagram. Let's see the diagram also. So this is the prokaryotic cell and this is actually a bacteria. So this outer layer is called as capsule or slime layer. In higher classes you will understand that is actually called as glycocalyx. You don't have to remember that right now. Cell wall present, non-cellulosic, that means made up of peptidoglycan. Plasma membrane is present. Plasma membrane is what? Cell membrane. And in the very first lecture, if you remember, the other name of plasma membrane, and it is called as plasma lemma. Okay, and if you see the DNA over here, it is single circular chromosome. As I've drawn the diagram at the top, if you can see, single circular DNA. Okay, and over here cytoplasm is there, food granules, mesosomes. Actually this mesosomes helps in the respiration. You don't have to remember all these things, so don't worry about this. Okay, and if we talk about the eukaryotic cell, this is the animal cell, you can see. So plasma membrane, that is plasma lemma, nucleus, they have made single layer, right? They have made single layer, but actually it is double layer. Okay, and this is the centrosome. If you remember, there is one pair of centrioles surrounded by centrosphere, and together it is called as centrosome. Golgi complex is present, cytoplasm is there, vacuole may be present, may be absent. If it is present, it is very less quantity. Okay, so this was all about the remaining part that we were trying to discuss. So I hope you understood the remaining things. Okay, I was not planning to make this video, but many students were having some issue that sir, please discuss cell theory and all these things from Selena book. So if you will say, why not, I will be discussing. Okay, so finally the chapter is completed, and I guarantee you that if you have seen all the total 8 videos, okay, including this video that you are seeing right now, there are total 8 videos in the playlist. So make sure to see those videos, learn from these videos only, and your first chapter will be completed, and you can learn also through these videos, and you don't have to touch your book again. Okay, so goodbye, take care, and make sure that you keep studying and you keep learning, and always remember that for biology only one amoeba classes. Okay, now it is looking nice. Okay, so bye bye.